Today we're going to be talking about your investments in retirement and how they're different than your working years. If you are retired, congratulations, this is a remarkable achievement. But if you're still on the path to retirement, don't worry, there's still some valuable tips in this video that you can use, so make sure to stay around to the end. During your life and career, you've had to make some tough choices, investing and saving for the future while balancing work and family life. Now all that retirement planning is finally paid off. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor and start a new chapter in your life. So let's talk about your income in retirement. That's going to allow you to enjoy this next chapter of your life, whether it's with your grandkids, if you're traveling, if you're volunteering to help others, or all the above. Again, if you're not at retirement age yet, you can still use some of the tips I'm going to give you in this video, so stick around. A big advantage of being a retiree is that you can combine your Social Security benefits with your withdrawals from your retirement savings plan. This is going to create a diversified income stream, which will help you maximize your retirement income. That sounds great. The only question remaining is, how do you make sure your retirement nest egg grows and remains safe while you're taking out money for income? Let's talk about your investments. Should they stay the same or change when you retire? On the surface, it seems like safer investments would be the better option. Most people in their retirement years don't want to risk their nest egg. I know I wouldn't. Retirement is a time when you want to get away from the worries and stress of money. That's the reason you retired in the first place, to enjoy your life without having to worry about money. You want to be around your family. You want to be helping others and doing the things you enjoy. So naturally, keeping your nest egg safe seems like the right choice. But what if I told you extremely safe investments might actually be the wrong choice? Let's talk about why. Number one is inflation, and number two is with withdrawals from your portfolio for income purposes. Now, if you're someone who doesn't care about their nest egg, you can stop watching right now. But most people aren't in that camp. Most people want to preserve their savings they've worked their whole lives for. Okay, so you want to preserve your nest egg and still be able to take income from your portfolio. Well, you got to make a significant return now. Maybe that number is not as big as your pre-retirement number, but it still might be a little bigger than you thought it would be when you retired. And that's okay. Let's take the first part of that and talk about an investment that has been considered on the safer side of investing for a long time: long-term treasury bonds. Hey, real quick, if you're interested in learning more about what we do, you can come to our website, vernonmanagementgroup.com, and click right here for a free consultation. Bonds over the last 50 years have performed relatively well on average in bear markets. But as we all know, the stock market is ever changing and unpredictable. I'm going to give you an example now of that unpredictability. Let me set the stage. It's 2022. We're in a bear market. Stocks are really struggling. Inflation is on the rise. And as a result, the Fed decides to raise interest rates really quickly, which is bad for long-term bonds. After the Fed starts raising interest rates, we see long-term bonds like TLT, which is an ETF for 20-year treasury bonds, drop almost 30% in 2022. So now we've gone from a relatively safe investment on average in bear markets over the last 50 years to a terrible investment in 2022. And if you're in retirement, you don't have the time to recover from those losses in stocks and bonds. All right, so 2022 was a terrible year for long-term treasury bonds. So inflation rise and interest rates go up. But why did this change in 2022? We've seen that happen in the past. Well, in my opinion, it was with which the speed interest rates were hiked. It was a big amount in 2022, and long-term bonds just didn't have time to catch up. Unlike in the past, we saw stocks and bonds fall at the same time. So this old investment strategy might not be as good as people once thought. Okay, so now you might be asking yourself, okay, how do I invest in retirement? Well, that's what we're going to discuss in part 2 of this video series. So if you want to see that, go subscribe down below and click the bell to be notified when we upload. I'll leave you with this until we talk next time. When you retire, you want to enjoy your life. You don't want to have to worry about your investments and income. That's the reason you worked your whole life. So when you got to retirement, you wouldn't have to worry about anything anymore, and you can enjoy your life doing the things that make you happy.